principle, over the years we have welcomed government leaders, opposition figures, diplomats, policymakers for across South Asia and beyond, including Nepal. We hosted the 7th party of Nepal here. They were the party and opposition. They immediately come there in the country and they became ministers. So we had no problem with that. We never interfere. We had from Sri Lanka, we had the president of Maldives, who also was our chief guest here. He was a member of parliament, and then he became the president, and he welcomed our work in this club. So Afghanistan and many other countries, our doors have been always remain open to diverse viewpoint. In keeping with this commitment, we also extended invitation to several occasions to the High Commissioner of Bangladesh to participate in this perspective of his current authorities. Unfortunately, those invitations were not accepted so far. We are still open invitation. He acknowledged receiving it. I met him personally. I met his press secretary, and he communicated with me, but yet twice, and it is the invitation gone since 19th of January 2026. Just to go on record, okay? Our invitation remain open because balanced dialogue is always preferable to silence. Today's event should not be interrupted as an endorsement of any political position or individual. It's an exercise in the principle that define free press, providing forum for a dialogue, asking difficult questions, and allowing facts, ideas, and arguments to be examined in the open. Ultimately, neither the rule of the club nor the journalist to decide who is right, who is wrong. Our role is to ask questions, seek accountability, and enable the public to make informed judgment based on what they hear and they observe. With this spirit, I welcome Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina to this press, and I thank you all for joining us today. Thank you. Mr. Prakash, our secretary, will introduce our guest on the dais and online.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have got quite a distinguished panel here. Some of them are here, and some of them will be joining us from abroad. Yeah. Is it okay? Yeah. So So let me introduce. To begin with, I'm introducing Engineer Muhammad Ali Siddiq. He is the General Secretary of Bangladesh Human Rights Watch, and he is based in USA, but he is amidst us. Then we have Advocate Shah Muhammad Bakhtiar. He is the Director of Bangladesh Human Rights Watch. Again. Then we have the famous cricketer. You all must be knowing him, Shakib Ali Hasan. He is the former member of Parliament, cricketer. He is joining us from Colombo, Sri Lanka. He is at the moment in Sri Lanka. He will be joining us. Then from London, the former diplomat and security analyst, Mr. Aminul Haq Polash. So he will be joining us from London. Then Mr. Muhibul Chowdhury is the former education minister of Bangladesh. Then we have Mr. Abu Ubaiddin Arin sitting next to me, right and counter-terrorism analyst. And then we have Mr. Sajeev Wajed Joy, who is the former advisor to Prime Minister of Bangladesh. He is joining us from United States. He's in Maryland. And then finally, we have Mrs. Sheikh Hasina. Doesn't need an introduction. Is the President of Bangladesh Awami League and former Prime Minister of Bangladesh. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome them. And we are really the FCC. We all are grateful to you that all our distinguished panelists have come and spared their valuable time. So, welcome once again to to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Prakash. Can I ask each speaker, please, to limit to the time 3 to 5 minutes, and we can start with Mr. Muhammad Ali Siddiq to speak, please.
Good evening, everybody, especially the President of FCC. The President of FCC of South Asia, Dr. Wail Awad, organized and arranged this important and timely event to raise the voice what's going on right now. The beautiful country Bangladesh once was growing as an emerging country, economically, socially, viably. We are honored to be present here. The former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina is the chief guest, and she will deliver her important speech over here regarding the second anniversary of the crucial, disastrous, dangerous day, 5th of August 2024. She knows ins and outs how these events happen, how the popular, democratically elected government ousted by. So, we don't want to kill time. I traveled all the way from New York to Delhi. I would like to listen her. I would like to listen her visionary leader, San Shajibaji Joy, IT specialist and the former ICT advisor to the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. I would like to conclude here, not to expand any more further. So I'm going to give my time to the chief guests. Thank you all. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad, for sticking to the time. That was very nice of you. Please, can I have Advocate Shah Muhammad Bakhtiyar?
Before that, just one second. Netri, can you hear? Appa. Honorable Prime Minister, can you hear? We can't hear you.
She can hear. Can raise your hand. Just raise your hand.
He's connected. It's fine.
Yeah. It's okay.
When her turn comes,
Yeah, please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Today is Honorable FCC Club President, and with FCC Club digital print media members. I am Advocate Shah Muhammad Bakhtiyar. I am here. We are in Bangladesh right now, severe seeking in democracy problem. Since August 5th, 2024, Bangladesh has been undergoing period of democratic crisis. Dr. Yunus' occupation of the democratically elected government of Sheikh Hasina has caused nationwide crisis where the mob violence has resigned supreme. Law and order has been taken a back seat as the life of the many have been uprooted during this time. The Yunus administration did not follow the constitution and instead following their own rule as they used their power for their own benefit. The outright ban of the Awami League has not only disrupted in Bangladesh political scene, but ruined their human rights record as well. Political leaders have been wrongly killed and also thrown them into the jail without fair court trial. During Dr. Yunus' 18-month ruling time, Bangladesh regressed as a nation economically. The growth in gross domestic product (GDP) decreased, causing unemployment to rise alongside the decrease in the law and order. Petty theft alongside other serious crime have been on the rise. To avoid taking responsibility for this, he hosted an election where the parties he picked were Jamaat and BNP. The parties their favor to him. Both parties would go on to form a government in 2025 following Yunus method. Diplomatically, we request help in the restoring stability in Bangladesh. We request a fair trial for Sheikh Hasina has and proper election where the Awami League government can contest so that democracy can be restored in Bangladesh. Thank you. Thank you for all.
Thank you very much also. Can I have Saqib Al Hassan online, please? Can you hear us, Saqib bhai? If Saqib is there.
Wait, one thing happened. He is currently playing in Sri Lanka, so he sent a message, voice message recorded to me right away. He is playing the semi-final of Sri Lanka Premier League. I'm playing it.
Okay. Can we go live? Can we go live then?
Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina, respected members of the Foreign Correspondents Club, distinguished journalists, আজ আমি একজন বাংলাদেশী হিসাবে আপনাদের সামনে কথা বলতে চাই। আগস্ট মাস আমাদের ইতিহাসের এক গভীর আবেগের মাস। এই মাসে আমরা শ্রদ্ধার সঙ্গে স্মরণ করি আমাদের জাতীয় ইতিহাসের গুরুত্বপূর্ণ অধ্যায় এবং সেই সব মানুষকে যাদের একই সঙ্গে সাম্প্রতিক সময়ে আমাদের দেশে যে প্রাণহানি ও সহিংসতা ঘটেছে তা আমাদের সবার হৃদয়কে গভীরভাবে ব্যথিত করেছে। যারা প্রাণ হারিয়েছেন শিক্ষার্থী, সাধারণ মানুষ, আইন শৃঙ্খলা রক্ষাকারী বাহিনীর সদস্য কিংবা অন্য যে প্রতিটি জীবনই ছিল একটি পরিবারের একটি মায়ের সন্তান আমাদের দেশের অমূল্য সম্পদ। আমি তাদের সবার প্রতি গভীর শ্রদ্ধা পরিবারগুলোর প্রতি আন্তরিক সমবেদনা প্রকাশ করছি। যারা আহত হয়েছে ছবি লাগাই স্পেসটা আমাদের দিয়ে দেবেন। সরি ওকে লেভ ইট।
Okay, we will get that translation later on for those who are interested in the cricket to listen. Okay, we had the Mr. Saqib, then we have the Mr. Amin al-Haq to speak also with us. He is a former diplomat and security analyst. He's with us for live. Unmute yourself, please.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Good evening. My sincere thanks to the Foreign Correspondents Club of South Asia, the organizer, the journalists present here today, and all distinguished guests. I am Aminul Haq Polash, a former intelligence officer and diplomat from Bangladesh. Since the start of Bangladesh has seen the rise of terrorism and Islamic extremism. This poses a serious danger not only to Bangladesh but also Hello.
Yes, Polash, Mr. Polash, please speak.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Mr. Polash, please speak.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yeah.
So, let me begin with the recent facts. On 24th July 2026, a powerful IED hidden inside an umbrella was found under the Motijil metro station. On 31st July, a powerful IED hidden inside an umbrella was found under the Motijil metro station. On 31st July, a pressure cooker bomb was recovered near a tea stall in Ashulia Khabar. On 1st August, bomb-like objects were reported near Mirpur 10 and Farmgate metro station. And just days before, on 3rd August, a bomb kept in a bag exploded in Borishal, severely injured 3 people. These are not isolated incidents. They are early warning signs. An IED doesn't appear by accident. It requires knowledge, materials, testing, delivery, target selection, and logistical support. When such incidents appear in different parts of the country with increasing regularity, it shows that extremist actors have developed both capability and network. The authorities remain in denial. There has been no visible action against the networks behind these incidents, no meaningful arrest, and no serious public explanation. The Home Ministry has categorically rejected the presence of militancy in Bangladesh, even as warning signs continue to appear on the ground. Bangladesh has seen this denial before. Immediately after the BNP Jamaat alliance came to power in 2001, extremist procession appeared across the country chanting, Bangla will be Afghan, we will be Taliban. When the notorious JMB terrorist Bangla Bhai emerged, the government dismissed him as a media creation. That denial gave militant networks the space to organize and expand. The consequences were severe. In 2005, JMB carried out coordinated bomb attack across 63 districts of Bangladesh. On 21st August 2004, grenades were thrown at Awami League rally to assassinate Sheikh Hasina and eliminate the party leadership, killing 24 people and injuring more than 300. The 10-truck arms haul showed how Bangladesh was used as a route for weapons intended for insurgent networks in the region. Even a foreign diplomat was not spared. British Ambassador, High Commissioner Anwar Chaudhuri was attacked at Shahjalal's shrine in Sylhet. So when the current authorities deny the return of militancy, I don't hear the reassurance. I hear history repeating itself. The important question is this.
Anil, connect me, please. I have to stop you here. I'm sorry. We have a problem. We have a problem with your audio. Apologies for everybody. We will continue with the program until we fix your audio, please. Just bear it with us, okay? Because we have other, we will come back to you. May I ask Abu Ubaida Arin to speak, please?
Good evening, everyone. Present over here today. Thanks for joining us today. And special thanks to everyone who is broadcasting in Bangladesh, despite of government's technocratic, electronic, dictatorial statement of not letting our Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, our party president.
Camera. Please. Silent, please. Silent. Please give us time.
So I want to remind of a promise. In 2009, our leader Sheikh Hasina made a promise to the youth. She spoke of a vision, and we believed in the vision so deeply that we carried her to a landslide victory, and she did not forget that promise. She took a country that ranked #1 in corruption and built it into one of the fastest growing economy on earth. She found a nation built by bare khamba or lamppost without wire and electricity, and built it with wireless innovations. She found a nation where trust funds and foreign aid were looted, where 10% commission to however is a must thing to get a tender or any kind of business in Bangladesh. And she created, from that nation, she created Padma Bridge with our own money. Okay, thank you. She never stopped building for the youth, not once. And late today, she sits in exile because of a conspiracy meticulously designed to turn the youth against her, to use the youth, the very generation she built for as instruments and dismantle the future. look at where we stand now. The ranking of Bangladeshi passport is at the lowest point in memory. Our youth cannot travel abroad even for their studies. Inside the country, more than 2 lakh, I repeat the number 2 lakh, students are unable to join their institution, along with more than 3,000 professors, due to having the ideology of progressive Bangladesh, the ideology that Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman gave us. They can't join because supporting Bangladesh Student League. This is going on in Bangladesh. I'll invite you all to see the condition of the students, what they are going through, their family, and apart from their family, kindly look at the professors and their family. So I also want to remind you one more thing about the police killing. Today is 5th of August, just 2026, 2 years of ouster of our government. 2 years before this day, they celebrated as their victory. But I don't treat this as their victory. This day is especially dedicated to the police, because more than 3,200 police officers were killed in 5th of August 2020 during the July-August terror. And in 5th of August 2024, you can see police's body are hanging upside down in different flyovers. This is not acceptable. Bangladesh police was the first police force who stood beside us during the War of Independence. The first police force who stood beside us for that. They are now facing the consequences. I also want to raise one more concern. Bangladesh authority has recently taken a decision to issue passport to all Rohingya without any kind of verification and proper recording. This will become a global security threat. You can understand the ARSA and RSO, they are highly getting trained within the border with the help of Bangladesh military also. Soon they will export terrorism all over the world. You can see in Malaysia, more than 36 terrorists were exported from Bangladesh. This is a matter of concern. But still today, I am not hopeless, because I can see it. Our youth are uprising again. Our youth are uprising again. They are coming. The dream we had, it broke. It became nightmare now. But they are breaking out of the nightmare. They will come in front. They will stand shoulder to shoulder with Sheikh Hasina. I'm sure about this. This is not just a Sheikh Hasina, our leader has promised she will go by end of this December. This is not just a homecoming. This is a unification of 170 million Bangladeshis staying over there. They all will stand together. I remember during the 7th March speech of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, Kaife Azmi wrote, how many people you will put handcuff on? We have 70 million. How many people you will put, how many people will hang? We have 70 million. I am telling you, when our Prime Minister, our former Prime Minister and our party president will go back to Bangladesh, you will see, I think you all will write, how many mouths you will try to shut. They tried to shut our mouth for the last few days. How many mouths you will try to shut? We have 170 million. How many people you will prison? We have 170 million. How many people you will hang? We have 170 million. One homecoming will unite all 170 million Bangladeshi all over Bangladesh, and they all will stand shoulder to shoulder with Sheikh Hasina. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu, Joy to Deshratna Sheikh Hasina.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I would request Anil. Okay. Anil. Can't you hear me? Anil? Mike, Anil. Okay. Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay, Anil, I would like that portion of yours to be quiet in that side, please. I want quietness. I don't want disturbance. Now we are reaching to a very crucial moment. Please be quiet, okay? So now I will call Mr. Mohibul Hassan Chaudhry, Mohibul Chaudhry Nofal, former minister, please to address the gathering. Thank you.
Thank you. Distinguished guests, journalists, Honorable President of Foreign Correspondents Club, thank you for the opportunity to address today's esteemed gathering. Today, while we appear before you in New Delhi, Our hearts are with the people of Bangladesh. Our leader, President of Bangladesh Awami League, who has served the nation as Prime Minister for 20 years in 4 terms, will address this event. Ladies and gentlemen, today marks 2 years since the violent ouster of our government in Bangladesh, and many of you are aware a lot has happened over the last 2 years and the months leading to August 2024. When the uprising against our government began, our young people were told violent ouster of a government will lead to a discrimination-free Bangladesh. Instead, the past 2 years have left our country deeply divided and in a state of anarchy and chaos. Hope had been replaced with hate. Dreams have turned into nightmares. Prosperity have been replaced with poverty. Justice have been replaced with revenge. Ladies and gentlemen, today, through our leaders' address and presence, we urge our citizens, we cannot continue on this divisive and destructive path. It is time we chase unity over division, harmony over hatred, dialogue over confrontation, and justice guided by rule of law, not revenge. Ladies and gentlemen, today, across Bangladesh, millions of our citizens are struggling with high inflation and unemployment. Opportunities for young people are shrinking. Violence against women and children, journalists, lawyers, business people, and ethnic and religious minorities continue unabated. Anarchy and chaos rule society, not politics. It is, and this must change. Too much has been lost, too many lives are affected. We, as a political party, believe democracy and economy to thrive, an inclusive political polity must be established. It is in that spirit our leader Sheikh Hasina has expressed her desire to return to Bangladesh. Her and our party's objective is not to seek revenge, but fair justice and harmony. We seek a Bangladesh where political differences are resolved through democratic dialogue, where every citizen will enjoy rights under the law. Ladies and gentlemen, as a political party that has served Bangladesh for decades, we recognize no government is without shortcomings. We recognize and acknowledge leadership requires humility, accountability, and the courage to learn from success as well as failure. We remain committed to building upon our success while acknowledging where we could have done better and where we have at times failed. We seek no special privilege. We seek only the restoration of equal constitutional and democratic rights for every citizen and every political party in Bangladesh. We respectfully call upon every constitutional institution of Bangladesh to uphold their responsibilities with fairness, neutrality, professionalism, and fidelity to the rule of law. To the young people of Bangladesh, we say, your dreams matter, your aspirations matter, your future matters. You deserve a Bangladesh where you can study, work, innovate, and prosper without fear, discrimination, or political division. Ladies and gentlemen, our plea to all the friends of Bangladesh and international stakeholders is that they ought to facilitate an inclusive political atmosphere and not support the extreme elements who are continuing violence in Bangladesh and who are institutionalizing religious extremism in Bangladesh. We find the veiled extremists are often touted as liberals by certain stakeholders, and we urge to end this duality. To our people, we urge, let us come together. not as opponents, but as one nation. Let us reject the politics of hate and embrace the politics of hope. Let us replace division with unity, fear with confidence, exclusion with participation, and vengeance with justice. And let us see this homecoming of Sheikh Hasina as a chance to heal and hope and not fight and fall. We believe together we can rise again, learn from past and progress into future. But if we don't now, if we don't, grave and worse future awaits us. We cannot let Bangladesh become a failed state. If the extremists and the fanatics are pampered and patronized, this future generation shall suffer for perpetuity. May we stand and heal together and defeat the dark forces. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu.
Thank you very much for your point of view, and I would request Mr. Aminul Haq, Polish, if you are still with us, if you can come for 2 minutes only, please. Just 2 minutes, but slow if you can. Otherwise, I have to go to the second speaker. Please, thank you.
Am I listening? Yeah, am I audible now? Hello? Hello? Hello?
We can hear you.
Okay, so let me wrap up in this way. So there are several current incidents that indicate that like Islamic terrorists and the militants are directly active in the field. Still, government is denying the fact, and it doesn't start overnight. It starts right after 5th August 2024. Militant leaders have been bailed and released. They came to the public sphere. They have become active again. The Yunus regime did not take any sort of initiative to tackle that tackle the terrorism issues. And that is still going on. So I urge to international community so that they can come forward to look into the issue, because terrorism never confined into a national border. If Bangladesh, the terrorism cell active that much confined into a national border, if Bangladesh, the terrorism cell active that much that are currently visible in the field, so that will impact not only Bangladesh, but also our regional security, as well as the Bay of Bengal, our maritime road, our business, investment, everything. So my urge to the international community and the journalists to look into the issue, because Bangladeshi media is not speaking in line, and the authority is in denial mode about the resurgence of militancy in Bangladesh that we successfully combat in 16 years of Awami League government under the leadership of Sheikh Hasina. Government is planning to dissolve like CTTC, ATU. They are the fundamental backbone of countering terrorism. So these things are happening in Bangladesh. We need international community attention in this matter. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
May I now request the key speaker, Mr. Sajib Wajid Joy, former ICT advisor to the Prime Minister of Bangladesh. Please speak slow and soft so we can hear you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Awad, for the kind introduction. Thank you as well for the National Press Club for hosting this event. Honored to be here today. You've heard the other speakers speak a little bit about what is happening in Bangladesh and what has happened. I want to bring a few things to everyone's attention, and this is something I believe that the international community needs to focus on. First of all, you have heard the refrain again and again that about the deaths during the July-August protests of 2024. Here is what no one is talking about. You have various counts on the numbers. You have the UN number of 1,400, whereas the government number is 800 something. Who are these additional 600 people? Where did the UN get those names? Our party has written to the UN, our lawyers have written to the UN again and again, and to date the UN has not provided any names. But more importantly, the UN only covers a period up to August 15th of 2024. But we know that the deaths continued. And what is most alarming, and this is something that I believe that the press, the international press, should really, really pay attention to. You see, the Yunus regime, one of the first things they did was pass an ordinance which became law called the Indemnity Bill, indemnifying all the protesters, everyone, blanket immunity, protecting them from any prosecution for any killings. That includes killings of civilians, that includes killings of our party members, and that includes killings of police officers. To date, the BNP government that is in power, they have ratified this ordinance, turned it into law, and this continues, which means that none of the police killings, we still don't know exactly the number of police deaths, none of the police killings can be prosecuted. So my question to you is this: are killings okay? Are killings acceptable? If you can have blanket immunity for protesters to kill police officers, to kill civilians, to kill Awami League members and leaders, then why blame anybody? That is the first issue I would like to focus on, the indemnity. I think this is something that has not been paid attention to. This is unprecedented. How can you have blanket legal protection for killings by anyone, especially killings of police officers? This is unprecedented. This is completely against all human rights, against all norms of decency. Secondly, what you have had since August of 2024, you have had thousands, tens of thousands of people behind bars, which are all now, on one hand, most of them, many of them are Awami League members and leaders. Most of them are being held without any trial, without any due process, without any bail. Many of them are elderly, in their 80s. Their health is failing. Many of them have died in police custody. Not only that, killings in police custody have continued. We have documented them. We have put them up on our websites, on our Facebook pages, full list of names, exactly when, which prison they died, under whose custody. Most of them were young. They had no reason to die. They were all killed extrajudicially by the Yunus regime, and those killings continue even today. Outside of the prisons, during the Yunus regime, and even now, our party members are being hunted down and killed. Every few weeks, someone is killed somewhere. There is no due process. The police do not take any action, and the government protects these killers. So political killing in Bangladesh since August of 2024 has been legalized. This is Bangladesh today. And if any killings are legal, then why blame the Awami League at all? And finally, since 2024, not only Awami League members and leaders that have been behind bars, but anyone sympathetic to the Awami League. This includes journalists and businessmen, especially journalists, editors, owners of newspapers and television channels who were seen as pro-Awami League, have been behind bars for over 2 years now. You are the press club. Imagine if half of you, your members, your journalists, your editors, your media owners were held behind bars without bail, without due process, without charges, without trial for an indefinite period of time. Can that be imagined in any country? Is that possible in any country? Is that legal in any way? That is a gross, gross violation of human rights, of freedom of speech. And this is something I believe that should certainly alarm the international media community. This is what's happening in Bangladesh. So Bangladesh today is a failed state. It's not a failing state. It is a failed state. There is no human rights. There is no freedom of speech. Even prior to this event, intelligence services went to the headquarters and offices of every major media outlet, every major newspaper, and instructed them clearly not to rebroadcast this event, not just to rebroadcast this event, but not to provide any coverage from any international media on this event. They're not allowed to share links from foreign media on their websites. Any journalists that were seen as still sympathetic to our government or against this government, many of them were fired even in the last couple of days. This is what's happening in Bangladesh. And what is the future? What does the future hold? There is no law and order. There is no constitution in Bangladesh today. What should concern India most is Bangladesh has become another Pakistan on India's eastern side. You have another Pakistan today on your eastern front. Foreign intelligence services, especially ISI, has an open hand. Militants, hundreds of convicted terrorists that our Awami League government arrested and convicted and put behind bars, have been released from prison. Hizb ut-Tahrir marches openly. Al-Qaeda operatives speak at public rallies. This is what is happening in Bangladesh. And this does not portend well for India and the world at large. In the future, the next set of terrorists globally are going to be coming from Bangladesh, unless this is stopped now. And where it has to begin is from the media, especially you in India. You are the world's largest democracy. Your media has reach. You cannot take this as a sensational story only when something sensational, headline-worthy happens. This is something you have to cover every day. This is something that you have to raise international awareness of. If you raise it, the international media will pick it up. If the international media covers it, it will come to the attention of international leaders. That is what needs to be done. If that is not done, then Bangladesh's future is bleak. India's future security is bleak. As to what the future holds, who knows? But right now, this is the future. The Constitution doesn't exist. Even if we hope that in 4 years there will be an election in Bangladesh, who knows what form it'll take. The BNP, running unopposed, has a 2/3 majority. They can amend the Constitution however they want and ensure that the elections are set up just like the Yunus regime did, so that the BNP wins. What you have now is not justice. You've heard our former Minister Naufel talk about this. What is happening is not justice. What is happening is political exclusion of the opposition, of the largest political party in Bangladesh, in order to grab and hold on to power. That is what is happening in Bangladesh. This is democratic and electoral manipulation. That is all it is. The BNP knows that the Awami League is allowed to speak freely. People of Bangladesh are not happy right now. The economy has collapsed in the last 2 years under the corruption of the Yunus regime, and that corruption continues today under their economic mismanagement. both under the Yunus regime and the current regime. Bangladesh is on the verge of total collapse. In a few more years, the economy will have collapsed and Bangladesh will turn into a rogue state. The time to act is now. And I urge you, the place to start is in the media. We need you to bring the world's attention to this. With that, I conclude my speech. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Awad and the National Press Club for hosting us. Joy Bangla.
Wajid, but I would request you to stay online with us because there will be questions raised by the colleagues around. So please stay with us till we have the Honorable President of the Awami League, Mr.
Certainly,
Sheikh.
I will stay online to answer questions.
Yes,
Thank
please. But then let me get her online, and then we will take her point of view, audio only. She's been with us, and Honorable former Prime Minister, could you please take the mic? The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor for me to be with you. Thank you, and thank you for everybody who present here or who are listening. Distinguished journalists, members of the Foreign Correspondents Club of South Asia, respected guests, friends of Bangladesh, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. I thank the Foreign Correspondents Club of South Asia for giving me the opportunity to speak to you. I also thank the journalists who continue to follow events in Bangladesh with seriousness and courage. Journalism has a duty to seek truth, especially when power tries to hide it. In difficult moments of history, that duty becomes even more important. Today, I speak not only as someone who had the honor of serving Bangladesh 5 times as a prime minister, but also as the daughter of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. I speak as someone who has spent her life with the people of Bangladesh. I was forced away from my country, but I was never separated from my people. Before I speak about the present crisis, I pay my deepest homage to the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, to the Saline national leaders, and to the 3 million martyrs of our war of liberation. I also remember with profound grief and members of my own family, whom I lost on 15th August 1975. Today is also the birthday of my beloved brother Sheikh Kamal, who was 2 years younger than me. He was a valiant freedom fighter, a youth leader, a sports organizer, and a cultural activist. His life represented the courage, creativity, and patriotism of the young generation of Bangladesh. I remember him today with deep love, pain, and pride. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last 2 years, I watched my beloved Bangladesh suffer. Fear has entered homes, workplaces, and campuses. This is not the Bangladesh we built. This is not the Bangladesh for which 3 million people sacrificed their lives in 1971. Let me begin with the truth about July and August 2024. It was not a peaceful student movement. From the beginning, my government tried to resolve the issue peacefully through dialogue, legal process, and patience. But behind the language of reform, organized groups were working to turn students' demand into violent political instrument. In 2018, responding to student demands, we abolished the quota system. In 2024, when the High Court annulled the decision, the government appealed because we wanted to uphold the abolition. I personally took the initiative for dialogue with the students and invited them to Ganabhavan, the Prime Minister's residence. Three ministers also held discussions with them. A quota reform movement was turned into a one-point demand for my resignation. False propaganda was spread in a planned way. Genuine students were emotionally manipulated, while organized groups used their movement as cover for and violence and regime change. Muhammad Yunus himself said this was a meticulously designed movement led by a mastermind. His own words expose the truth. It was not simply a spontaneous student protest. There was no visible or responsible leadership. Instructions were given invisibly. It was organized, directed, and used to create a path to power outside the ballot box. From July 15th, the character of the movement changed. Killings, arson, attacks, and looting began. State property was destroyed. Bangladesh television was attacked and set on fire. So was different buildings like Shetu Bhavan, the Directorate General of Health Services, the EPI vaccination program building, Farmgate Metro Rail Station, flyover, Mohakali Elevator Expressway, science research facilities, the Disaster Management Office, a national database center, a COVID-19 special hospital, Bangladesh Medical University, residential hotels, industrial facilities, businesses, prisons, and including Noshingdi and other district jails were attacked, vandalized, or burned. All the terrorist criminals were released. Awami League offices were vandalized across the country. Leaders and workers were attacked and killed. Homes of ministers and senior figures associated with my government were looted and burned. The media was also targeted. Nearly 50 media center, private television stations, and newspaper offices were attacked or set on fire. Journalists were killed. Law enforcement agencies came under organized attack. Police, Sepai, the other officers were killed and their bodies were hung from flyover. Around 460 police stations were outposted or set on fire, and in some, personnel were trapped inside buildings and burnt alive. Weapons were looted. Officers were beaten to death. According to persecuted police members, at least 3,000 personnel were killed, attacked, tortured, or subjected to serious violence. So, I ask a simple question. In such a situation, what is the duty of law enforcement? When police stations are burned, government buildings are attacked, public infrastructure is destroyed, officers are killed, and weapons are looted, does the state have no duty to protect life and property? In every country, law enforcement has a responsibility to protect citizens, state institutions, and their own lives. This is not a crime. That is the duty entrusted to them by law. At the same time, I wanted the truth to be known. That is why I formed a Judicial Inquiry Commission on 18th July 2024. Its purpose was clear. Every casualty had to be investigated. Every incident of violence had to be examined, and every family deserved to know the truth. I met victims' families, visited the injured, and instructed the authorities to provide the highest level of medical treatment free of cost. And on 1st August, I strengthened the inquiry into a three-member commission so that the investigation would be credible and comprehensive. But after seizing power, the illegal interim government led by Mohammad Yunus stopped the investigation. They did not allow the truth to come out. They gave indemnity to those who involved in the killings. If they truly wanted justice, why did they stop the inquiry? If they had nothing to hide, why protect the killers? That one decision tells the truth. They did not want justice, they wanted power. They did not want investigation, they wanted the evidences buried. Their own words export the truth. An NCP leader said revolution would not have succeeded if police had not been killed and the metro rail had not been set on fire. A BNP leader in Sirazganj also said publicly that Enayatpur police station was burned and police were killed to make the revolution succeed. These statements show that the July-August movement was not merely a quota reform movement. It became a coordinated assault on constitutional order driven by hidden instruction, organized violence, and propaganda. The conspiracy did not end on 5th August. After 5th August, violence became a campaign of political persecution. The killing that began on 16th July with the murder of Shobuz Ali, a Dhaka college student and student league activist, has not stopped. Awami League leaders and workers are being killed, disappeared, arrested, driven from their homes, and buried under false cases. At least 10,000 have been killed or disappeared. Around 650,000 have been arrested over the last 2 years. Around 3,500 cases have been filed. Namely, nearly 450,000 leaders, workers, and supporters are accused. More than 1 million others have been listed as unnamed accused. Against me, more than 600 cases has been filed. Women activists of Satru League, student organization, youth league, other affiliated organizations are facing abuse, humiliation, torture in custody. Many leaders and workers have also died in prison amid documented accounts of torture, denial of medical treatment, deprivation of food, negligence, and denial of basic rights. The persecution is not limited to the Awami League members of only. The member of minority community, judges, lawyers, intellectuals, cultural figures, journalists, professionals, workers, even rickshaw pullers, farmers, ordinary citizens have been attacked, arrested, or accused in murder cases. No one who stands for the spirit of the liberation war is safe. Symbols and memorials of our liberation war have been destroyed. Freedom fighters have been humiliated with garland of shoes. The historic residence of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the Bangabandhu Memorial Museum at Dhanmondi 32 has been attacked and demolished in phases. This is not random violence. This is an attempt to erase the spirit of the liberation war from Bangladesh. Muhammad Yunus himself spoke of pressing a reset button to whip away the country's previous history. They want to erase the liberation war, they want to erase Bangabandhu, they want to rewrite Bangladesh against the foundation on which it was born. Convicted war criminals have been released, militants and top terrorists have been freed. Even after a staged election brought the BNP to power, the situation did not change. Bangladesh remains a grip of fear, terror, repression, economic hardship, and deep insecurity. Now, look at the condition of the country. The progress we built has been destroyed, and ordinary people are paying the price. GDP growth has fallen to 2.22% compared with 6.80% during the Awami League government. Industrial production has fallen sharply. For the first time in 54 years, the industrial sector has faced negative growth. Defaulted loan in the banking sector have reportedly risen from 13% to 47%. Poverty has increased from 18.60% to 46.8%. Investment has turned negative. Job creation has collapsed. More than 2 crore people have newly fallen into unemployment. Over 500 industrial factories have closed. More than half of industrialists and business owners are either in prison or forced into hiding. The government is running by borrowing 700 to 900 crore taka from banks every day. Project costs have been increased by 50% to 250%. At the same time, militancy is rising. Women and children are facing torture, rape, humiliation. And ordinary people no longer feel secure in their own lives. Extortion, murder, kidnapping have become regular features of daily life. These are not just numbers or isolated incidents. Behind them, there is a family, a worker, a farmer, a small business owner, a mother who cannot buy food for her children, and a young person who no longer see hope. But let me also remind you what Bangladesh had achieved. The welfare of the people has always been the purpose of my deep politics. My father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, gave his life for the ideal, and I have carried the ideal with full commitment. During my 5 terms as a Prime Minister, we used long term planning, sound financial management, disciplined implementation to place Bangladesh on a strong foundation. After 2008, across 16 years and 4 consecutive terms, we implemented major projects such as Padma Bridge, Metro Rail, Rupur Nuclear Power Plant, Matarbari Deep Sea Port, Kandafuli Tunnel, Bangabandhu Satellite. We maintained GDP growth between 6.5% to 7.5%. Our development projects were not vanity projects. They were part of building national capacity. Our social programs were not charity. They were investments in human dignity. We made Bangladesh stand tall. We made it known as the rising tiger of Asia. Bangladesh's crisis is not only a domestic crisis, it affects regional peace, security, trade, development, and human dignity. That is why I call upon the international community and all the friends of Bangladesh to stand with the people of Bangladesh in their struggle for democracy, justice, and peace. A stable Bangladesh matters for South Asia, for the Bay of Bengal, for development partners, and for all countries that believe in democracy, rule of law, and justice. The next decade can be a decade of recovery and renewal, but only if democracy is restored and the people are allowed to decide their own future. That is why I make these demands clearly. The ban on the Awami League must be lifted, political prisoners must be released, false cases must be dropped, freedom of speech must be restored, media freedom must be protected, judicial independence must be guaranteed. Law enforcement agencies must serve the people, not those who use power for revenge. These are not demands for one party only. There is necessary steps to save Bangladesh. Whatever fate awaits me, I will return to my people. I cannot stay away while my beloved countrymen are suffering. I know I may be detained, I may be sent to prison, they may try to enforce verdicts issued in fabricated cases, but fear cannot decide my duty to the people. My life moved beyond calculations of personal safety long ago. In 1971, I was in imprisonment with my mother. My son, Joy, was born in captivity. In 1975, I lost my family. I spent 6 years in exile. After returning home, I fought against military ruler, dictatorship, and political conspiracies. There were 19 assassination attempts against me. Even the grenade attack of 21st August 2004 could not stop me. Therefore, I am not worried about my own future. I am worried about the future of Bangladesh. I want to return because the people deserve security, development, prosperity, and peace. They deserve a state that protects them, an economy that gives them opportunity, and a democracy that gives them rights. My return and the return of the Awami League to the democratic process is not about power. It is about putting Bangladesh back to the right track. It is about reviving the country's path of development, progress, secularism. stability. I want to return to Bangladesh to one purpose, to stand beside the people and help improve their lives. The people are the source of all power. I believe in them, I trust them, I love them, and I will return to them. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu. Thank you very much for listening me and giving me so much time. Thank you.
For side input, and I would request you please to take a couple of questions from our colleagues before you go, and then we can direct the question to some other people. Venkat, please. I'll give. Just give me Venkat. Wait for the mic, and we'll give priority to our members. Then I'll give you. Just let me just. Thank you.
Is it on? Can you hear me? Okay. Madam Sheikh Hasina, have you decided on the date on which you're going to go back to your country? Because the present regime says the moment you arrive in Dhaka, they're going to arrest you. What are your plans if they arrest you? Have you put together any team of lawyers to defend you in a court of law? What are your plans? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Actually, I was not ready to take answer, but when you ask me, after going back, they may arrest me. I'm telling you one thing. 1981, when I returned home, that time also they tried to stop me. Jia Rahman was in power, but I went there. But 1983, I was arrested. And again in 1985, 1987, there are several times. Even 2007, that time also I was outside the country, but when I wanted to return home, they tried to stop me, but they could not. I returned home. So I know that they may put me in the jail or they may kill me, they may, anything may happen, but still I have to go back. You are friend of Bangladesh. You are here. I know you will support me. So the people's support, it is very important for me. I am with them. Thank you. Joy, Sajib will take the question, right?
I hope Madam Hasina can answer this question. Sajib is a US citizen. The US ambassador to India has recently visited Bangladesh and expressed his confidence in Mr. Tariq Rahman's leadership. And Sajib is, of course, I'm aware that you have dual citizenship, Bangladesh as well as the US. But how do you view the US ambassador's remarks and his support also offering further deepening of trade relations with Bangladesh? And also, you said, Sajib, that Bangladesh runs the danger of becoming another Pakistan. But you are aware that one of the two countries, the country of domicile, the United States, under President Trump, has a particularly close relationship to Pakistan and is now building one with Bangladesh. So should Madam Hasina return, how do you intend to, where do you see the future of relations with the United States? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Look, the United States has its own goals. Yes, this is I'm a dual citizen. What Ambassador Gore's remarks, they are simply diplomatic remarks. Those are standard things any diplomat is going to say, and the current U.S. administration, their focus is on trade. They are not focused on democracy, human rights, any of that. Their focus is to increase trade with the U.S. No matter what. So that is what this, the policy this administration is continuing. However, as you are very familiar, in the U.S., it is a very democratic country. The government changes, policies change completely. And, you know, the US has close relations with Pakistan now, but a few years ago they didn't. So this can all change very quickly.
Yeah, hello, this is Shaumuntok from DW. So my question is that since you want to go back to Bangladesh, all of you said that, what's your plan, how to enter Bangladesh, and have you had any conversation with the current government at any capacity?
I think my mother wants me to answer that as well. No, we are not in communication with the current government at all. She is doing this. She wants to do this regardless of what the government of Bangladesh wants.
Good evening. My question is, the Sheikh Hasina has been in India for 2 years, roughly. And how has her stay been? Has she been in touch with the government of India and its officials? And the fact that she's keen to go back, is this something the government of India is aware of? And how does the government feel? Because the Prime Minister of India in the past has said that Sheikh Hasina is my sister.
Well, obviously, the fact that she wants to go back has made international headlines, so I'm sure there isn't anyone in India who is not aware. With regards to how they're treating her, they are treating her like a head of state. They are treating her very well. She's staying as with the full services and security of a head of state. They have shown her, Prime Minister Modi's government has shown her the utmost respect, and for that I am eternally grateful.
This is Vasini Heather from The Hindu. I wanted to ask former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina did really detail what happened in those 2 months. However, there has been one demand that we've heard from the protesters, from the students in Dhaka quite often. Did she regret the violence? Does she regret the killings of protesters there? Does she feel sorry about what happened eventually and the events that led up to her coming to India at that time?
Look, this question of regret and apologies has been raised, but you see, the Yunus regime and the BNP regime has continued what I mentioned in my speech: immunity, indemnity. So they have indemnified killings. They have legalized killings. The killings of police officers, the killings of civilians, the killings of Awami League members. So in this situation, and you have heard my mother express that this was a violent situation. So if one set of killings is legal, then how does the question of apology arise? Why does it arise? You can't have both. You can't have one set of killings being legal and another set someone has to apologize for. So the day the indemnity is lifted, the day the protesters who killed police officers and civilians and Awami League members are arrested, then the Awami League will apologize, will express regret. But until that day, there is nothing the Awami League to apologize for, because currently all killings in Bangladesh are legal.
My name is Sultana Rahman. I'm from Bangla News Network. Honorable former Prime Minister, apnake salam. Maybe I'm the only journalist from Bangladesh here. I'm really excited and emotional too. It's a great opportunity to ask you a question. That is, you know, the uh, the basic foundation of Bangladesh is under threat. That is our liberation war. Many people, hundreds of thousands of people, they are concerned, they are dying, but still they are sad, they are upset about the history, what is happening on our history in 1971. And my question is to you. I talk all walks of life. They asked me when she's coming. You told that you are coming in December. What is your actual plan? Thank you so much.
Unfortunately, my mother is the only one that can answer that, and I think she has left. She's not.
No, I'm here. I can answer. No problem. Well, you see, I just declare that I'm coming. I'm going to Bangladesh. Okay. Now the date and everything. Of course, when time will come, I will tell you. I told everybody. I hope that the people. Actually, I received response from all the people. So I believe that Bangladesh people suffered a lot, but I cannot take it, and that's why I decided to go back. The time December month is our victory month, so I want to go back in the month of December. I know I may face anything, but what happened? Bangladesh needs reconciliation. Bangladesh needs constitutional development and constitutional position. Bangladesh people should have their constitutional right, justice. Now they have nothing. Economically, everything ruined. Politically, there is no such politics. No one can talk. No one can speak. Yes, there was the election. Everyone said, yes, this is a good election. Okay, fine. Then why the persecution is going on? Still they are arresting our people, torturing them, killing them. Why? So I believe in democracy. I believe in secular democratic system. So that's why I want to go back, and the time and everything will go. And the history. Now already they destroyed all our symbols of our victory. The liberation war, our victory. But everything has been destroyed. So we have to bring it back, because this country we liberated, it is our pride. So I want to bring back that pride to for our people, and so they can stand by themselves, and proudly they can say that we liberated the country, so our history should prevail. That's all. And thank you very much. You speak always in favor of our liberation victory. But at this moment, you know what is happening. Those who lost the war, now they are praising them. They are okay. I don't want to make much comment. Thank you.
TV, you had given us an interview where you first revealed that you will be going back to your homeland in December this year. But I also want to communicate. Your son just said that there's no communication happening with the government. But would you want some kind of a back channel with the government before you revisit and return to your homeland, or would you want some kind of a mediation to happen from any neutral party or any neutral country? I ask this especially because today and yesterday, the Bangladesh government has put a blanket ban on your speeches and statements. So how would you intend to now communicate with your own people back in Bangladesh? Thank you very much.
India is our friendly country. Anytime Bangladesh is in a disastrous position, India always stand behind them. and they gave shelter every time. 1971, then 75, and still. Now, government to government relationship, that is different. But India always has been a great friend, and I know they will remain that. Now, about us, yes, I told you that I was not ready to leave my country. I didn't know that I am coming here, but somehow I reach here. One day, perhaps it will be another. How I am, because all our people, they brought me here. But they took shelter. Okay, so as a friendly country, they always remain as a friend. But I want to go back to my own country. So I believe that I should go. I'm going for my people. It is not the matter of government.
Check.
Let's take 2-3 questions at one time. Since Madam is still with us, that will make it easy for all of us. I try to accommodate everybody, but please make it short. No need for any observation, just short question.
No,
Please.
I'm telling you one thing. I can see so many hands. If you have so many questions, there is the email address. There is the email address. If you
When do you intend to return back? Is there a specific date? And what message do you want to send to the people of Bangladesh? And how do you respond to the criticism of your government's handling of recent political unrest and protest? One more question that I would like to put out is, how do you respond to calls for... Also, what are your priorities for Bangladesh's economy, as you have already mentioned about it? So if you would like to respond to that.
Madam Hasina, this is Ayushi Agarwal from ANI. Your party, Awami League, continues to remain banned in the country. But if the Awami League is eventually allowed to participate in elections, would you seek to lead the party again?
This is Yeshi Seli from Business India. What kind of support are you expecting from people in Bangladesh? What is the percentage of people who will still support Awami League? And do you expect the youth to come out and welcome you once you decide to walk inside Bangladesh?
Take 3 questions and then we'll go second round and that's it. Yeah, I'm trying my best.
Former Prime Minister Hasina, I have a very personal question to you. Last time you went back to Bangladesh in 1981, you went to the Nizamuddin Dargah, which has a very strong connect with your family. Will you go to the Dargah this time again, given the fact that your father also had a connect with the Dargah?
Yes, ma'am, please. Madam Hasina. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, please. Anil, can you unmute her? It's from there. Both are mute. Unmute. Unmute, please. Unmute yourself, madam. You are muted. Okay. I think any other questions you wanted to raise? Because we are unable to get her online. Yes, please. Spanish TV. Yes, AB. Yeah, take the mic, please. Yeah. Yeah, there. Yeah, lady is behind you. Yeah.
So, Madam Hasina, I want to ask, do you plan to surrender to the authorities and face justice, both you and the other people who have been convicted?
Yes, please. Yeah, ladies here. Yeah, behind you. Sorry. Yes. I mean, just take two, three questions.
Naima Basu, an independent journalist, wanted to understand, as you said, you are aware that you're facing a death penalty. How do you plan to counter that? And also the Indian government has said that they do not endorse whatever you've said today. So what is the conversation you're having with the Indian government? Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, please, yourself. Final question here. Yeah.
Tripti Lahiri with the Wall Street Journal. You have said that you're willing to face prison if you are able to return. But what if the Bangladesh government denies you entry? What would you do then?
I hope she's on the line to answer. Let's wait and see if she's online so we don't waste our time. Yes, ma'am, please, can you hear us? Unmute yourself. Or Mr. Saqib also, you can do it. He's gone?
Yeah. What I want to say that all the questions already I answered many of the paper or media before that, and that's why I feel no need, because going back to Bangladesh I already told you, and visiting the serene place, this is our custom. Definitely, usually we do it. So Nizamudi Aule or any place we can go, we can visit. That's the one thing. Another thing is that most of the question I think already I have answered you in the past in the media. Now the government, what government will do, it is their matter. I have decided to go, I will go, and when time will come, you will be able to know everything. Okay. Now I think I have there is an email address. If you have more question, you can send it there, then you will get your answer. So I don't want to take much of time. So
Okay.
thank you very much. Thank you again for arranging all this an event. It's a wonderful place, and all of them are present here. I thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk
Thank
to
you,
you.
madam.
It's very nice
Thank
to talk
you.
to you. Yeah.
Thank you for having you with us today. It was an honorable meeting, and we all enjoyed. And I'm sure that we will wish you, all of us, we praying for your safe return home and goodwill for Bangladesh. I just wanted, before we end the session, to ask the minister, former Minister Muhammad Ali As-Siddiq, to acknowledge the presence of some of the Bangladeshi leaders among the audience. Please, could you please?
The reporters, and you covered up the valuable issues. Today, from all the way to Europe, our all European, Awami League President Muhammad Nazrul Islam is here. I would like to recognize him. No, I have another person, Dr. Pradeep Ranjan Kaur from New York, from all the way. He presents here. Huh? And we want all sorts of your assistance and help to go back to Honorable Prime Minister to Bangladesh, restore the democracy and human rights. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming.
We'll be answering. Our former Prime Minister and the President of Bangladesh Awami League will be answering all the questions through the email. Please, I think we have circulated the email, so please get in touch. Thank you.
Arun, I think we all welcome you all for tea and coffee and snacks. Join us, and if you want to take any bite separately from the distinguished guests, feel free to question and ask them. Thank you for being here. It's difficult to control. Bye.